I have a question in that it's probably not related to, let's say, this topic. I'm sure you have many conversations with God. And with those conversations, I would assume you've talked about the future. Does the year 2012 mean anything, or do you have anything to
Forget
share
about it.
Forget about it?
Forget about it. Let me ask you something, Rich. What does the year 2012 mean to you?
I have read a great...
No, I don't want to hear what you read. That's what it means.
It's the year after 2011.
What you've read is what the year 2012 means to somebody else. I didn't ask you what it means to somebody else. I didn't ask you what somebody else wrote. I asked you what it means to you. What does the year 2012 mean to you, Rich?
All right. I cannot dismiss that something substantial will not happen then. I have a tendency to believe something substantial will happen before, during, the end of 2012.
Terrific. What do you think will happen?
Unfortunately, you're going to hear, let's say, mostly of what I have read about.
I don't want to hear what you've read. I want to hear what you, Rich, have decided is going to happen. Because, Rich, you are creating 2012 in your experience.
Well, then you're all going with me, too.
That's why I'm so interested in your answer.
It's nothing more than the end of time or end of days. You can define that for yourself.
I see. Well, thank you, Rich, for informing us what's going to occur. Now, each of us has the ability to create our own experience of the year 2012. And God love you on whatever time track you place yourself on so that you might have the experience that you choose.
Can I ask you the same question?
I'm just going to sing for a minute. Can I ask you a simple question? Yes, you may.
Forecast, predictions, prophecies. Now, obviously, with your relationship with God and you having such a relationship that you can share your conversations with everybody on it, in the old days or even currently, you're a prophet. Now, part of prophecy, part of your messenger, prophet, it depends upon how you define the term. But with that, do you hold any, personally, do you believe in prophecies?
Rich. A prophecy is merely a seeing into one of a million possibilities for a given moment in time. All prophecies are correct in the eye of the prophet, for the prophet saw it there. Understand that when you peer into the field of infinite possibility, as my lovely friend Deepak would call it, although Deepak wouldn't say it that way, he would say, in the field of infinite possibilities. When you peer into the field of infinite possibilities, you will see every possibility there is. And you will reach in, as the prophet does, and pick out the one that you do. And so it is impossible for any prophet to be incorrect in that sense. Prophecy is the poor second cousin to creation. I prefer not to prophesy about tomorrow. I prefer to create it. I therefore never go to see psychics or palm readers or mystics or people who divinate the future. I prefer to talk to God. I'm creating the year 2012 as the best year of our life so far. A year so magnificent, so wondrous, so glorious, so extraordinary, so special, so uncommon in the gifts that it bestows upon humanity. A year in which nothing negative or bad will happen on a global scale of any kind whatsoever. The year of our graduation.
What you're saying is a lot of what, let's say, the prophecy is about 2012. The year of our graduation is an excellent way to put it.
Maybe I'll write a book called The Year of Our Graduation. Are there any other questions before we give you a break and come back for our final session? Yes, sir.
You quoted the Buddha and he said, "You are all Buddhas and simply don't know it." Does that mean that you are all gods and simply don't know it?
Of course. Of course.